League rookie duo will be the Nationals' medical director and chief orthopedic surgeon. And Ryan will fly with the team to Cincinnati and hopefully by tomorrow, after the doctors make their determination of the extent of the injury, they'll have a plan going forward for the rehab for Ryan Zimmerman. We may have a better idea how long he will be out, but certainly it's a big loss for the Nationals the way Zim has been swinging the bat for the Nationals coming out of the game last night. He was 0 for 3, but beat out the relay, an attempted double play, but the Rockies drove in a run at that point, got the Nationals to within a run over his last 17 games. Zim was batting .403 with 25 hits, including 8 doubles, 2 homers, and 17 runs batted in. Playing mostly at third base, he moved back to left field. The opening game of this series here in Denver, he's just been terrific. And it's such a shame the Nationals just for a couple of weeks had everybody that they wanted to have with this team on the roster and available to play. But Zim heading to the disabled list as Zach Walters has been recalled from AAA Syracuse. Rockies take the field. Brandon Barnes still standing on the edge of the warning track against the grass. Aaron Barrett, the Nationals reliever, still standing on the warning track in front of the Nationals dugout. They'll both have to leave at some point as Jorge De La Rosa has arrived at the mound. That means we're ready for this afternoon's official starting lineups at batting order.
And they're brought to you by PNC Bank, official bank of the Washington Nationals. PNC Bank for the achiever in you. Denard Span leads off for the Nationals in center field, batting second. The left fielder, Scott Hairston. Anthony Rendon hits third today. He's at third base. And the cleanup spot, first baseman Adam LaRoche. The shortstop, Ian Desmond, hits fifth. Batting sixth in right field, Bryce Harper. Second baseman Danny Espinosa batting seventh. Hitting eighth is the catcher Jose Lobaton. And 26-year-old Steven Strasburg batting ninth. 4 career starts, 2-2 record, a 2.36 ERA against the Rockies, including a 7-1 win on July the 1st. He gave up 1 run in 7 2/3 innings. Span, Hairston, Rendon, LaRoche, Desmond, Harper, Espinosa, Lobaton, Strasburg for the Nationals. For the Rockies, Charlie Blackmon is in right field leading off. Batting second, shortstop Josh Rutledge. The left fielder Corey Dickerson hits third. And a cleanup spot, third baseman Nolan Arenado. First base, it's Ben Paulson hitting fifth. The center fielder Drew Stubbs hitting sixth. Catcher Michael McHenry batting seventh. DJ LeMahieu, the second baseman, hits eighth. Batting ninth, 33-year-old left-hander Jorge De La Rosa. 7 career starts against the Nationals, first this year. 4-2 record, 4.57 ERA. Blackmon, Rutledge, Dickerson, Arenado, Paulson, Stubbs, McHenry, LeMahieu, De La Rosa for the Rockies. Our home plate umpire is Paul Hemmel. At first base is Jordan Baker. At second base, Chris Conroy. The third base umpire is crew chief Jerry Meals. As the standoff continues, they've put a helmet on Aaron Barrett, assuming he's going to be on the field when the game starts. Although, we'll see if one of the umpires forces either player to move. The standoff is up for about 10 minutes now between Barrett and Barnes. In with the play-by-play. Maybe we'll get this game started. Here's Charlie Sloans.
They just put a protective guard on the right arm of Aaron Barrett. Batting armor for Bryce Harper. Barrett's right arm will be back a foul ball. Denard Span is ready to step in. The umpires aren't doing anything. They're letting them stand there on the field of play. This game may start. Span's looking over at Bonner.
First base umpire just said get off the field.
Crew chief. His crew is Jerry Beals over at third. Did he just eject both of them from the game?
No. He's told him to move, and Barnes moved first, so Barrett's the winner. Barrett won the standoff.
I think he said if you don't leave the field, they're going to eject you both from the game. That's what we heard. So Barnes moved first. Barrett wins the standoff by a split second. And Denard Span's ready to lead off, hitting at 275. 29 doubles, 5 triples, a homer at 19 batted in. De La Rosa's first pitch. And that one hit at the knees, or was it? Cold strike at 91 miles an hour. On the National Air Traffic Controllers Association radio, we got you. Paul Hemmel is one of these umpires whose right arm does not come up. He punches it out in front of it. It'd be very difficult to see the strike calls. Here's the one that De La Rosa's hits. Against man rips it into center field. That's a base hit. He back with a fastball at 93 miles an hour. And Span, the leadoff single. He's now hit in 6 of his last 7. 15 of his last 17 games for Span. 22 hits in 65 times up. 338 clip. Came in third in the league in doubles. And tied for 4th in triples with Anthony Rendon, amongst others. Denard with 34 multi-hit games also. Tied for 2nd in the league in that department. League leaders brought to you by Geico. Saving people money on LaRosa jumped off the mound of the first base side in the event there was a throw going through. Remember, a lefty will fall off the third base side. Hairston at 215 for the year, 11 for 44 with 2 doubles, a homer, 5 runs batted in. It's his 6th start of the year in left field. 1 start as a DH as De La Rosa throws over to first. Span with 16 steals. He's in the top 10 of that category. 16 and 18 drives. Base stealers against De La Rosa this year. There have been 9 attempts. 7 have stolen, 2 have been caught. Time call for Hairston at the plate. Almost half of Scott's at-bats this year have been as a pinch hitter. 22 of his 44. That's exactly half. This pitch at bat last night. Pitch on the way is inside with the off speed at 84 miles an hour. The count is 2 balls and no strikes. Just underway here at Coors Field in Denver. 53rd home date for the Rockies, who've been averaging just under 34,000 per home date. They're at 1,751,000 plus for the year. Pitch on the way. And that one called strike. Anthony's. And the count 2-1 to Hairston. De La Rosa, 21st start. He does not have a complete game. He sets, kicks, delivers a slide step. And the pitch low and inside. Hairston lays off. And the count 3 balls, 1 strike. Fastball in the low 90s. But he only throws it this year 43% of the time. Throws a cutter at about 88, 24%. And his changeup's a big pitch 22% of the time. 82, 83 miles an hour. The set runner goes to pitch. Swing to ground ball to third. Backhanded by Arenado. Throws to second. Safe there. Throw to first. Bounces away. And that one into the camera well, out of play. So Span will go to third and be awarded home plate because it's 2 bases on the overthrow from the field of play. And the second base on the error goes the batter, Scott Hairston, and Walt Weiss is coming out. This is similar to what happened to the homestand against the Brewers. There was no interference. He beat the play at second, coming in, and LeMahieu then trying to make a throw, and Walt Weiss is going to contend that LeMahieu was interfered with, and his throw was short of first, bounced past Ben Paulson, the first baseman, and into the camera well, out of play for an error.
It didn't seem like there was any contact. He may be questioning the awarding of home plate to Span, but Span had already established second base by the time the throw went into the dugout. He had that pop-up slide very similar to the play involving Scooter Gennett that you talked about. That time there was contact. This time LeMahieu stepped back and appeared to avoid contact. Span's entitled to his existence, to his space. Arenado took what he thought was a free shot, figuring, okay, I can throw to second. Even if I don't get him, I'll get the out at first. So that turns out to be a mistake on the Rockies' part because they didn't get the out at first.
So it ends up being an error. 2-base error, allowing Span to go from second to the plate and Hairston, the batter, to second base as the conversation continues between Walt Weiss and Chris Conroy, the second base umpire. Now that conversation comes to an end. So Denard Span has scored the Nationals' first run of the day, as always presented by McDonald's. I'm loving it. And you've all been loving it with the Nationals putting runs on the board. 6 runs last night, in fact 7 each of the last 2 nights. Whenever they score 6 in a game this year, everybody gets a free 6-piece chicken McNuggets from McDonald's. You can claim it by having the app. Download the McDonald's app at McDapp.com. Here's Anthony Rendon batting third in the order for the 3rd time this year. May 10th and 11th, 2 games in a row in Oakland. And the other 2, and takes a pitch inside ball 1. Actually, was that called a strike? No, it wasn't. Inside that time.
Just want to give an update on the scoring if you're keeping score along with us. Credit and assist to Arenado. It's scored 5-E-4. So assist to third baseman, error second baseman. 5-E-4.
Here's the set. Now the pitch to Rendon. Fastball is high. And the count is 2 balls, no strikes. Anthony at 279. 25 doubles tied for 7th in the league. 5 triples tied for 4th. 13 home runs and 53 runs batted in. There's been a 1-for-20 skid and then had 3 consecutive hits in 3 at-bats last night. 2 singles, sampled around a double. And that's a called strike he was taking. And it's 2-1. 95th game for Rendon. 3 for 5 last night. Bobby Henley coaches third for manager Matt Williams. Tony Tarasco, the drill sergeant, on the lines at first. Here's the set. Now the pitch. Swinging a ground ball through the middle. Back to the bag at second. Hairston. Up in the ball is Rutledge. Is thrown on the first to Paulson. In time for the out. The first out of the inning. Rendon grounds out to short.
You have to credit Aaron Barrett for this quick start, don't you? I mean, he got the troops motivated, winning the Anthem standoff with Brandon Barnes. That's a big motivational tactic to get the Nationals fired up for this day game.
Now we'll see if it all follows suit. Adam LaRoche stands in, hitting at 275, 12 doubles, his 13th home run last night. Big blast, 3-run shot in the 7th inning off reliever. Left-hander Rex Brothers brought in to face him. Gave the Nationals a 7-4 lead. That was the way the score finished. First pitch from De La Rosa to LaRoche is low and outside. 4-1 against De La Rosa. Adam is a 200 hitter. 3 for 15 with 1 extra base hit, a double. No walks, and De La Rosa has struck him out 8 times. De La Rosa this year came in at 108 and 2/3 innings pitched, allowing only 95 hits. Struck out 75. Not a big strikeout pitcher. Walked 46, allowed 12 home runs with a 239 batting average against him. And the pitch to LaRoche is inside and low. And the count is 2 balls, no strikes. Lefties hitting 163, 16 out of 98 with 1 homer. The righties are at 264 with 11 home runs. The righties 299 at bats for them, so almost a 3-to-1 ratio. Facing the righties versus the lefties. Pitch, swing, and a miss. And the count's 2 balls and 1 strike on LaRoche. Using the slider. Cutter, as he might like to call it. A run home for the Nationals. They lead 1-0. Now the set. Here's the pitch. And the fastball this time outside. And the count 3-1 to LaRoche. Adam talked about how sometimes facing the left-handers can get him out of a slump. That happened earlier in the year. Same thing. He was in a shorter tailspin when he had been here in the month of July. He thinks facing a lefty makes him stand in better and gets him to stay on the ball. Of course, he said after the game last night, he goes, you swing hard enough, long enough, you just might run into one. Now the pitch, swing and a miss at the 94-mile-an-hour fastball. And the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Not wanting to give himself any credit for that big swing against Brothers. They really won the game for the Nationals. It was 81 degrees at game time. Game time temperature. First pitch thrown at 1:13. Mountain Time at the pitch. Swing and a miss, he got it. Took something off that one. LaRoche out on the strikes. For the second out of the inning, the first strikeout for De La Rosa. De La Rosa now 33 years of age, born in Monterrey, Mexico. Makes his home in Scottsdale, Arizona. The Diamondbacks signed him to the age of 17 back in March of 1998. He's been around a long time. Ian Desmond is the batter now for the Nationals. De La Rosa sets. Here's the pitch. And in there, a called strike. Desmond has been batting 7th most of the time. He moves up now to the number 5 spot of the order. Hitting at 257. 17 doubles, 2 triples, 17 home runs. Which ties him for 7th most in the league. And he's tied for 3rd with 62 runs batted in. To the way, swinging a chopping ground ball to the third base line. Backhanded by Arenado, but it's a foul ball. He wanted to foul ground to get it. Question was, did it cross over the bag, which would make it a fair ball, no matter where the ball bounces next. No balls, 2 strikes on Desmond. classic upset. Checks the runner at second, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Changing speeds, running that one down and in. He gets Desmond on the slider. So 2 strikeouts to close out the inning for De La Rosa. But the Nationals get a run on 1 hit and 1 big error by the Rockies. They leave a man at second. Steven Strasburg takes the mound as we go to the bottom of the first in Denver. It's the Nationals 1, the Rockies nothing on the Nationals Baseball Network.
I'm Queen Elizabeth I.